Hey guys, Darling Me on Net, and welcome to part three. I think this is part three of my commission drawing painting thing we're doing. Um, I want to show you guys this at the top of your screen here is the rendering for the day one video. If you don't have an idea of how slow this is going, if you've watched the video before this, which is about half an hour long, um, that was yesterday. That was yesterday morning, and oh God, it's gonna take forever. I just wanted to show you guys because I keep complaining about how long this compiling is taking. I don't think anybody's really got the sense of how long this is actually taking. It's horrible. Um, you can look at my beautiful desktop, see all my chaos of icons, the stuff that I'm into. Go ahead, review it for a second. Okay, let's move on. I hadn't been set up quite yet. So I recorded yesterday for like half an hour, but I had this major problem. Um, Heart of the Swarm, the new expansion for StarCraft, came out yesterday. Let's open our files here. And so people like to game at my house. I know a lot of gamers, and I have a lot of space in my very small house, as odd as that seems, for gaming. So people were over here playing Heart of the Swarm that shouldn't have been here yesterday. And so I was having a really hard time recording because they like to do cameos. As soon as I start recording, they all want to come over and talk and be in the video too. And oh, sorry, I hit the mic. I did it again. Okay. And they're not really relevant to what I'm doing, so I kept trying to keep them out of it. And it got to the point where it was so noisy that I couldn't keep drawing. And I meant to record some more, and I never got the chance. They were here until like really late. So I just kind of worked a little bit off camera, and you'll see here the things I changed. To give you an idea of where we were at yesterday, if you don't remember. Oh, I can't find the face. I don't have it. Um, hmm. Yeah, I can't do it. Um, we were just starting to work on her face yesterday, and as you can see, I got a lot farther with it. I got her expression in, I fixed her features so that they're in the right place. Um, I put her horns in, I started doing some scribbles on her hair. I went ahead and worked on her hands a little bit, and this is all going to change because she's going to have bracers on. What else did I do? I put in her skirt yesterday. I straightened up the front skirt because it was slightly askew. Um, yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. I need to do her bracers. I need to do her sword. I need to fix her hair and make it thicker. I need to make her smile because Cardine said she wanted her to smile. Um, she needs a tail. She needs wings because if you haven't noticed, she's a demon. She has wings and a tail, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but we're gonna see. But yeah, we got a lot of work done yesterday. Just not all on camera. Let's see, where am I with my layers? Okay, that's her horns. Oh, it's a good thing I did this on separate layers. See, there's her head. Let's see. I don't need this anymore. Okay, that's her hair. I don't need this. There's her horns. I don't remember what this layer is. Well, oh, I don't want to get rid of it unless I know what it does. I don't see any changes. So maybe it's just a blank layer. We'll throw it away. Um, okay. Let's go ahead and erase her head behind her hair and horns because we aren't going to need it. We can also erase this part, but I hesitate to do it yet because I'm not sure where her hair is going to fall when we redraw it. So let's go ahead and put this on a lighter layer so we can draw over it, and that way I sort of remember where her hair was supposed to go and we don't lose the shape of her head. Okay, Cardine said she wanted the hair to be sorry, I keep hitting my mic, it's really close today. She said she wanted the hair to be thicker. I'm not exactly sure what that means, I'll admit. Here's the problem I ran into. On this really old reference, she has almost really straight hair and she has bangs. On the other reference, she has really, really super curly hair, but then she also has really straight hair. That it doesn't even make sense. And on this picture, she's got super, super curly hair. So I was like, okay, well, there's sort of this theme where she's got like super curly hair sometimes. So I'll give her super curly hair. But apparently it's not quite right. I think what Cardine wants is hair that's curly but thicker, a lot like trying to think of an example. Oh, I can't think of any. Some of my other pictures I do like really curly hair, but it's really thick locks. So hard to explain. I think that's what she's looking for because she said very specifically don't make it like an afro. So I don't think she wants more hair. I think she just wants the way the curls are done different, which is fine because what I did yesterday is I literally just scribbled. I was like, wee. um, so yeah, gotta figure out how to do this. We're gonna work on this. Um, so, oh God, where do I start? We're gonna give her curly hair, but hair that is a little bit more formed. So let's go ahead and that's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna, no, I don't like that line. Throw in some lines here. There, line that up a little bit. The trick is getting her hair to go around all of these horns. They're really in the way. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. So bangs that are slightly curly but a little bit more formed. I do like the curl I had going here. So we're just gonna define it. Oops. My pencil does not want to cooperate today. I'm having issues lining stuff up. And this doesn't have to be perfect because, of course, this is all going to be painted in later and these lines aren't going to matter one little bit. I guarantee you the spot for all these locks is going to change as soon as I start painting it. But I do want to kind of give the idea of what I was going for. Yeah, this is not working. Oh gosh. What have I done to myself? Go back. We're we're getting there. Oh man. Okay. We're gonna figure this out. Um, we're just slowly working in more forms into this. What am I doing? This is not working out like I wanted to. Back up. Back, 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 back. Okay. I hate curly hair. I'm so used to doing it just squiggly. And this doesn't want to cooperate the way I'm expecting it to. Okay. We're we're getting there. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. I hate doing this hair. Um, I'm like trying to figure out how to do this. I'm like just throwing stuff in as I go. Hopefully eventually this will look somewhat like hair. Okay, it's slowly starting to get into more wavy, thick curls than kinky curls. Kind of liked the kinky curls, but whoa, we're working on it. Why does she have so much hair? Oh my gosh. Okay, oops. That's not what I want to do. No, that's not what I want to do either. Oh god. Is this one of those days where just nothing wants to work quite right? Think. Okay. We're getting there. I'm trying to think grand wild curves while I do this. What am I doing? Let's throw in some sections. I'm trying to, like you can tell, I'm doing lots of like this and trying to get these big wavy curls and um, lots of these like I always call them Shirley Temple curls, but they're ringlets. So that it's really curly, but it's like thick, gorgeous princess hair curly, as opposed to um like 80s crimped. Oh my gosh. I never thought I'd be having these conversations. Let's see. Actually, let's do one of these. This is, I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm adding my ringlets in here. Um, there. That looks like a really lazy ringlet, but there, thicken that up a little bit. I keep hitting my microphone. I placed it a little bit closer today because I was so quiet yesterday, but a lot of that was, I know, um, just trying to be quiet so people wouldn't laugh at me. Everybody was like sniggering in the background, like, haha, she's talking to herself, which I appreciate so much. Let's do another curl. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Eventually this will all be erased and there won't be these crosses and stuff that have worked into this. but we're getting there. I make curls look easy, I know, but they're not. I don't want that curve quite like that. Let's see, how can I do this? Let's do some a little bit more sweeping curls. Okay, we're doing good. That's a little bit better, I think. I think that's what she's looking for, you know. Um, wanna thicken up this outline a little bit. I did not mean to make that so sharp. Ah, erase, erase! Why is my my eraser's always like super small when I don't mean it to be. I don't want to do it this way. I want a very harsh curl here, but I can't get it quite right. We'll just... My brain is not working this early, you guys. I have not had my coffee, and so everything's like... My sentences are like half-formed. I'm just... You know what I keep reminding myself of when I'm doing this curl is... These curls are Lady Lovely Locks. Did any of you... Well, did any of you even exist in the 80s? I know I'm a little bit old for some parts of DA. Um, but if you did, do you remember that cartoon? Lady Lovely Locks, and she was like a princess with really pretty blonde curly hair, and she had these little like rodents that lived in her hair and had like different colored tails. And I don't know why that was so entertaining when I was little, but it was. And I'm trying to think of her hair because she had such beautiful hair, and I'm not sure how I want to do this. I want to fix the hair she's got right here. I wanted to make it a little bit more flowing. So her hair pretty much has to wrap around her horns. Actually, I really like that stroke, so let's get rid of this, and we're going to work on this. Let's see. That's not what I want to do. We're going to have her bangs carry over here. Then over there. And we'll do some fill-in strokes here. It creates a little bit of a softer look around her face. Add some... Get rid of this. Hold on. Go back, go back, back, back. Because she is just supposed to be like a really beautiful demon warrior type deal. And I want to make sure her beauty is not lost with her aggression. Do I want hair over her shoulder? I kind of do, especially since that part of her neck is so open. I'm just not sure how I feel about going over her neck. Um, let's go ahead and take this layer, and we're gonna ease it down a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's her hair. We can go ahead, well, yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of the old layer of hair. We aren't gonna need it. And we will go ahead and create a new layer because I'm not quite sure if I want to keep this. And let's make some... No, that's not how I wanted to do that. We're gonna make some of these spiral curls here. So, big band, out, big band. Circle, circle, it's kind of a lazy version. Okay, she's got one curl there. Let's throw in some loose curls. I'm not quite sure about this. Let's go ahead and erase this and see what we're doing. Hair crosses over here, crosses over there. Oops. I think that's kind of the look we're going for here. Um, we're going to fill in this gap here because we still want our hair to seem, you know, kind of thick. Gives a nice... Yeah, it works. Except I want to fix this curl. No. I do want a thicker curl here. I'm just not sure how far I want to take this. Let's erase this part and kind of try to soften things up a little bit. Background noise, goodbye. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing? That's not what I wanted to do. Oops. Um, There's too many. See how there's all these lines through here? You want to be really careful with how far you take the loops, or it becomes kind of too much. So we're going to break up the mass a little bit. Oop, no, not doing that. God, this is not working for me today. I swear. No. No, 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 no. Let's do some stray loops. Here and there. Too many. This is a mess. No. This is what I do when I'm drawing hair. I'm like, no, no, no. We need, yeah, a big grand loop. Let's not push it too far. This is her shading here. I think we kind of got what we're going for. I don't know why I'm struggling this much with it, because this is all going to be erased. Every single last bit of it. Okay, we need to get rid of some of this because her hair crosses in front of it. I don't like how this is going. I know what I want here. It's just getting the lines to cooperate. Yeah. Why am I not... Something's wrong. What did I do? That's what I did. When did I do that? No. No, no, no. Oh gosh. Why? Why? I'm having severe issues today. Okay. So I want to down sweep, and then this is of course all hair, but just getting this stuff to cooperate, that sucks. Okay, I think we're good. God, I hope that's what she's looking for. Thick, luxurious, but very curly hair. Let's see, can we take a look at what we had yesterday? Where's my GPG version? Okay, so we went from very curly, kind of kinky hair to very curly, kind of princess hair. We're gonna hope that's what we're looking for. I think it's much prettier. Oh gosh. Okay. As another problem I had yesterday was with the horns. Because if you'll take a look at all these references I have, this one has a million of them. And they're kind of pointed back in this strange way. And then this one, there's only a couple and they're much shorter and pointed a completely different direction. This one, they're much longer and they're curved back along her head again. So I kind of went with this one, but I lowered the numbers because I wanted it to look like her horns were almost like an evil crown. So she does get this look of being a demonic warrior princess. I think it fits really well with her look. And yeah, I'm totally screwing over Cardine's character. I'm so mean. But so far she's liked most of the changes. So I'm doing something right. Okay, now we gotta figure out how to make her smile. Editing facial features is not the easiest thing to do. Um, Especially when you already have a frown. Turning it into a smile can be really difficult. We're gonna work on it. This is the easiest way to do it. Get rid of the outermost corners of the mouth. You guys can do this. This works. It's a trick. Whatever. Tilt the corners up. And then put your shading in. That itty bitty little tilt up at the corners helps so much with making it look like a person smiling. Trying to think how else to fix her face to make it look more smiley. There are ways of doing it. Some are easier than others. Um, but I want her to kind of have, I don't want to say evil, but a little bit of a wicked smile. Since we tilted the corners of her mouth up, we might have to change that a little bit more. I want to change the arc of her eyebrows to be a little bit higher. Because when you smile, your eyebrows go up. And let's exaggerate this frown mark she's got. But also, exaggerate the bags under the eyes because when you smile, the your cheeks push up against your lower eyelids and make them bulge a little bit more. And what we can also do, oh, I hesitate to do this. We lift the corners of her eyes just a tad. Because when you smile, the corner of your eyes go up. This is not right. Changing stuff, expressions are really hard to do. You have to be so careful with your details. It's a little bit more of a smile. I might want to go ahead and change her smile a little bit more. It would help if I was working all on one layer. There, that's more of a smile. Fix our shading. Define stuff a little bit. So now she's got a little bit, almost like a wicked evil smile. I don't want to use that word because it's not quite right, but uh, yeah, it's kind of like the smile you get when you're about to stab your worst enemy and you're just so happy they're gonna die. Is that the right way of saying this? So yeah, she enjoys battle. So that's what we're doing with her. We're making it seem like she's about to stab somebody and she's really happy about it. Let's see the change in facial expression here. Where is it? Did I get rid of it? I got rid of it. Of course I did. So like in this one, she's kind of got angry passive face on. Now she's got angry happy face. Passive. Happy. I think that's much better. That works. Okay, we didn't have to do too much. Sometimes you make edits and it's like, oh god, that doesn't look right. I'm gonna have to like redo her entire face. And I really hate doing that. Oh, I did want to do something and I hesitate to even mention it because I don't want to do it. Oh, because it's gonna be such a pain. Okay, so here's the issue. Um, on my reference, there we go. The girl's ear, where is it? Here we go, is kind of really far back and tilted. And that's just what she looks like. Everybody's placement of their ears is a little bit different and how it's tilted back and how it sticks out from your head. But they're generally all in the same spot. Now the problem I ran into is yesterday while trying to fix her face, I had to move the position of her head quite a lot and the way her face lined up. And if you notice, if you draw, give me a line, corollary, the bottom of your ear generally sits around the bottom of your nose. That is not my brush. Right around there. And on a human ear anyway, the top of your ear sits right around your eyebrow line. And it's a good way to tell where your ear should be placed. Nobody's ear sits that close to their mouth. It doesn't work that way because of the way that the head is set up. Your ears are part of your skull, and your skull is pretty even from the back of your head to about this part, right around there, because your lower jaw, which hooks in around here, is actually a separate entity from the rest of your face. It hooks on, it's not part of your skull. It's separate bones. So you gotta remember your ears are up here. They're attached to your skull. They're not part of your lower jaw. So your ear never sits down that close to your mouth. Anatomy lesson. So I need to fix her ear because I moved stuff around so much yesterday that it's no longer in the right place. Problem being is I'm probably going to have to redraw her hair to do this. It should actually sit right around here. Here's another tip about ears. The inside corner of the top of your ear, the part where it attaches to your face, is right around eye level, which is why the top of your ear sits around eyebrow level. It curves up a little bit and then it comes back down and it sits around nose level. So since I can't go off the top of her ear because she has pointed ears, the inside part of her ear is going to sit right around eye level, bottom to the nose. So that's a little bit more accurate. Let's see, just to make sure. Yeah, see, notice how um, it's right around perfect sizing. The trick is just getting it to sit in the right place. It should sit right around there. Fixing this is going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, so now that that's there, we can erase all the hair that goes in front of this ear. And we're going to erase this part of the ear that sits behind her hair. Merge. And now I have to fill in all this crap. Jaw goes up into where the ear sits. Back of the neck. I don't want to show that part of her neck. The way this is sitting. So we're gonna elongate her hair down so we don't have to show it. Thankfully I didn't have to change too much about this part. Itty bitty little changes here and there. We're getting it. Okay. Ears adjusted. We're good. Okay, here comes the difficult part. I need to work on her gloves. That's not hard. I'm not sure what I'm doing with her sword because, let's see. This picture doesn't have a sword. This picture has a sword. That picture doesn't have a sword. But I don't know if this is like a specific design it has to follow or if I can just make something up. I really want to just make something up. So I may do that because I really want to make a hilt that kind of curves down and looks demonic over her hands. And I want to create a bigger pommel on this. Blade can stay pretty much the same. Problem is my reference was a katana. So it's got this round base that I have to work with. And I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Let's see. Where was I? I also need to do her wings and her tail. I'm not sure how I'm going to do her tail. I do know that I want to have it like... Oh, that is like the worst thing ever that I just did. I'm using an eraser. New layer. I kind of want to have it curve out and in front of her. Like this. I gotta think, where does this tail sit? I have to adjust this. But basically, yeah, I wanted to curve out in front of her legs because it creates a nice flow pattern back down to the bottom of her skirt where we want her anchored. Does it sound like I'm overthinking this again? Because I probably am. This is what I do. General idea here. Okay. Now the thing we have to watch out for is where her tail connects. Based on the swing. See, I could just put it out to the side, but the problem is I have to think about my anatomy. If it joins, God, what is that called? There's a little triangle on somebody's back right above the butt that it's where all the tendons and the muscles hook in to the back of the hip bones. I forget what it's called. I want to say that I know what it's called, but I'm afraid to say because I don't think it's right. But I want her tail to sit directly under that, which means it would probably stick out like right around here, but that is a really unnatural angle. Does anybody even care? Because I really like the curve. Let's see, if we moved it out a little bit, I want it to hit above her ankle because I don't want to cut off the narrowness of her ankle her ankle because it gives a lot of feel to the depth of her leg. I'm rambling now. Um, Let me see. Ugh, eraser, get bigger. If let's assume it's here. Can I make that? Ooh, I almost can't make that curve. Assume it's a little bit straighter. Most of you are probably thinking, why is she bothering? Because that part's not even going to be there. Who cares if it lines up? I care because I want this to be, I don't want to say realistic, but I don't want anybody to look at it and have their brain go, wait a second, that can't curve that way. Because whether you realize it or not, your brain picks out these things. It says, wait, that looks off, but I don't know why it looks off. Because inside your brain knows that that's not natural. And even if you can't really point out why, it's still true. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say that works. That's close enough that it could probably go at that angle. I mean, we're gonna assume there's enough bones in there to make that pretty versatile, right? I swear, people, I just make this stuff up as I go along. Okay, and we're gonna have a cross in front of our leg. That way, we still see. Let's see, where can I do this? Yeah. We still see the way that this gets really small right around there for her ankle. Because otherwise, if we had cut it across here, her leg would just go whew, like that. And we would lose the shapeliness of her leg. Sometimes you have to pay attention to this stuff, these little tiny details, because, it doesn't see that big of a deal. But I mean, you move the tail down a little bit and her leg would look much fatter. You're like, so what? She has fat legs. But just that itty bit, a little bit of a tuck in by her ankle, um, it's more appealing to the eye. So that's what we're doing. Nothing on that. Okay, her tail is really difficult. I missed the easy tails. Um, yeah, that's the only. Oh no, that one has it too. Oh no, there's two. Oh God. Why? I hate it when that happens. Cardine, I love you dearly, but all of her references are so different that when it comes to some of these details, I have to pick and choose. And luckily so far she's been like, yeah, I really like what you did there. That's good. I mean, I like that you tied in the older version with the newer version. Something along those lines. But for me, I'm like, does she like that type of tail better? Was she just too lazy to do it in this one because it's kind of hard to draw? Um, does it even Okay, we're gonna make something up because there's no set reference for this. And we've done that a lot in this picture. We kind of decided to use her old boots and we went with the phoenix tail skirt, but we changed it to match. I changed her horns. I'm making all these little edits, but in the end it's gonna be a really pretty picture. I already really like this picture. Um, so I gotta decide what to do with her tail. Man. Uh, it'd be so easy if I went with this one because it's just a diamond shape. But I do really like the design of this one because it looks a little bit more evil. Uh, but it's also very hard to draw and it's a little bit bulky. Even though I like it. Let's see, how can we tie this in? If we kind of make the shape of her tail tie in with her outfit because we've had all these spade designs in and like the phoenix tail split. If we can do something like that to tie it in, that would be awesome. I'm just not quite sure um, what the best way of doing this is. We'll just experiment. Where's my pencil? I got my pencil. Let's see, how do we want this to curve? I could make it curve up, but I kind of make it want to not quite like that. No. I kind of want to give it a... I can't do it. I have not had my coffee today, people. It's only 9:47 a.m. I haven't even had breakfast. Oh, I got up this morning and I went out for my morning jog walk thing I do. And I literally came in the door, sat down and started recording. So my brain is just fuddled today. I want this to have a nice curve to it because she's got such a whiplash of her tail here. Maybe we'll... Oh, maybe that will work. Let's see. Following the line of her tail, we'll give it a little bit of a spunky whiplash here. Now how to do this. I don't want to curve that quite so much. This is not what I'm wanting to do. But I'm trying. I'm trying new things, you guys. Just bear with me. No, that's not where I want that. I like how... Is there a way to do this correctly? I like how the older version of her tail has the many splits. And I'm trying to find a way where I can show those splits again because she also has a split in her tail in the tail of her skirt. But I kind of want to keep the spadish design. No. This is not working for me today. I mean, I like the feathery look, but it doesn't fit her. Go back, go back, go back. Sometimes this is what I do, you guys. It takes me forever to figure out one certain aspect because I want to make sure it's just right. I'm just not quite sure how I want to do this. I do like the curve of the whiplash in her tail here. How can I use this? No. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. Erase this. Figuring this out could take me forever. Trying to think. How did I do it on the other girls? 2012. Progress. Commissions. Let's take a look at some of these. She didn't have a tail. She was an angel. She did have a tail, but she had that, like... She had a really, like, spiky, fishy tail. And that's not what we're looking for. She had, like, the classic kind of heart tail. She was all pink, so I went with hearts. But I want to give her something a little bit scarier. She's a little bit more demonic, and she's beautiful, but she's this warrior demon. She's sort of the leader of the group for the other girls. And so I kind of want to give her something a little bit special, a little bit more evil and imposing. I'm just not quite sure what I want to do. Maybe we'll come back to that. Once I... Yeah, we're gonna work on that later. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I gotta think about it for a second. Let's get to work on her gloves. Again, she has different gloves in every picture. This one has a lot of gloves that are very similar to, Tonya's. Yeah, she had the different banding across it. She had a gem in the middle, but she also had, the fins. I don't want to do the fins again. I didn't enjoy the fins. But I do like the fact that it seems like she has ribbon. I'm sure this is cloth, but it looks like ribbon that works with her gauntlets. And since she's kind of the pretty demonic type, I kind of want to use that again, because it could be done in a really good way. Let's think about this. That's still part of her tail. It's new layer. So let me take a look at this. Fingerless gloves. Fingered gloves. Fingered gloves, of course. So many options again. Yeah, we're gonna... I do want to do the banding because she has the banding on her boots, and it worked really well. I'm just not sure what I want to do with the hand part of it. This is so tough. We might have to make something up, but we'll experiment a little bit. Because I do like the banding, it does fit. See, she had jewels on those gloves and jewels on that glove, but not any jewels on that glove. So we're gonna figure this out. Where to even start? Okay. We're gonna assume fingerless gloves. Okay. After that, I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna go ahead and erase the knuckles on this because I think I'm gonna do some kind of metal work on the back of her hand, and it's not gonna show that. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this. This is gonna be like so difficult. This goes back out from her hand a little bit. Oh, my tummy's growling. You guys, I didn't eat breakfast. I'm gonna laugh if you guys can actually hear it, but yeah, my tummy's growling. I'm hungry. Should take a break, but I don't want to. La 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 la. Okay, banding. I do and I don't want to do banding here. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Let's curve the top of this a bit more. Let's do a gem. And we'll do some banding. This will eventually be a gem, whatever. Which means we gotta do it on this hand. Okay, so we'll have it sit above the knuckles because we're at a different angle here. We gotta show the difference in angle. Where the gem sits. Okay, we're working on this. How do I want to do this? We can't, well, there's nothing really under this, but oops. Erased a little bit of shading and lines that went under that glove. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's do the ribbon. We're gonna tie it into the fact that she has this ribbon here at the end of her corset. Let's see. That's the outside of the arm, so we'll do the same kind of deal on this side. Not sure about that, but we're working on it. Oh, that's something interesting I didn't think about. Huh. She has this pattern on her corset right there where the laces are really like I can't do it. Really tightly woven. Here I'll show it because Cardine did better than I did. Right here. It's got a fishbone lacing here. And if we could find a way to work that into her gloves, I think it would look really awesome. I'm just not quite sure how I want to do this. I want to see something. I've noticed sometimes on her characters, though I don't see it here, sometimes like our character's gloves will be different from one arm to the other. Um, oh, that is an idea. It's not a horrible idea either. Sorry, I'm thinking silently in my head and causing issues for you guys who are trying to follow along. That reminds me, I need to fix this. That's better. I'm thinking about in warriors sometimes they'll have the sword arm, the one that they usually fight with, have the larger amount of armor on it because it's the arm that's out there when they're fighting. Um, and then the other one will be better for maneuverability. Uh, I might do that here because I'm not too sure how I feel about this one. We're gonna make some adjustments. Get rid of that. I'm working on this, you guys. See, her hand went something like this. So hard to fix these things. Trying to think. How do I want to do this? I still want to give her the fingerless gloves. Because I do want them to match somewhat. I want them to tie into each other, but I do want them to be different. Maybe I should work on one arm at a time. How long have I been recording? I don't even know. My brain is fried. Okay. Oh. I kind of want to do that. Let's take a look at this. Her boots only have the banding up the very center of the shin. If we can do something like that with the arm to tie in the way this outfit looks, I think it would help. Also, just having the extra lines here helps with the shape of her arm. Okay. This will need to be adjusted a little bit because it has to match the curve of this part of her glove. But most of this will be fixed when we get to the painting part. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so if we do banding there, and have this part be like leather or something, so it's still protective, but it gives her a little bit more ease of movement. I'm thinking this in entirely too literal terms for this character. But I want this to make sense. And then we put the piping along the back of the leather so it matches with the boots. And it still has that gem on the palm, or the back of the hand. Whatever you call it, it's not the palm. It's whatever that is. So it still ties in with the boots a little bit. That works, and it has nice lines that work with the shape of the arm. Now this other one, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it. I really want to use this lacing in this somehow. I'm just not quite certain how I want to accomplish this. I'm thinking. Okay, let me take a look at her shoes. I have an idea, a vague idea in my head. Okay. If we... Let's tie in a ribbon here. This is what's going to hold this on. If we tie in... That's not how I want to do this. The back of her hand and arm. I gotta think, how does my arm bend? Okay. Elbow down, wrist up. Okay, yeah, that would go down towards the elbow. Sorry. Moment of anatomy here. I'm like, wait a minute. How does her arm turn? How should this... Yeah, I know what I'm doing. um, we want this to flare a little bit up here. And then this goes down towards her elbow. I know what I'm doing, I swear. That has a nice turn to it, but I'm not too thrilled about this part up here. I hear people outside my house. My cat's freaking out. Bella, it's okay. Oh god, I hope they're not working on my air conditioner. Maybe it's my neighbor. I think I better go check. Yeah, we'll be back in just a little bit. Hold on. So, you guys, it appears my landlord has sent over people to replace my air conditioning unit today without telling me. Thank you. I do appreciate the new air conditioning unit. I desperately need it. Last summer, my air conditioning unit um, broke 6 times in the first week it was on. But I was not expecting this to happen today, and they're really loud. So obviously I can't record. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to finish off our gloves and try to figure out what I'm going to do with the tail. And we will be back in another video to show you what I've done and hopefully work on the wings and the sword. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for the videos. I swear they're coming along. Eventually, this one's going to process. I will keep updating my gallery with the progress in the pictures, and we'll get there eventually. Why is this happening to me? I cannot schedule a day of work without something coming up. Whatever. We're gonna get this done soon, I promise. See you guys in the next video. Have fun.